Hi all, welcome to BRR Knowledge Center. And in this session, we'll talk about Go language command line arguments. So when you want to pass some parameters at runtime from the console, and you want it to be considered those arguments or parameters as input to your Go language program, then we will be using command line arguments. So Go language is also having a command line arguments a feature where they can it can accept the arguments from the console and can be consider those arguments as an input parameters and then use it inside of your Go program. So if you look at other program languages, C or C++, there also we have command line arguments. So from the command line prompt from the console, so we used to pass arguments, and those arguments will be read through a program, and then it consider them as an arguments. So especially in the Go language, we used to import a package called OS because OS package is having arguments a method or a property method which holds the command line arguments here. So using OS package library, so we will read through arguments which a developer is providing from the console, and then it can be converted to as an input parameters to your Go program, and then process your program. So now let's see like how we are going to write a program to accept Go language command line arguments from the console. Okay, let's quickly get into this demonstration part. So I'm just opening my Visual Studio Coder and I'm creating a command line argument.go file. So where it holds my demo program. So as usual, first line would be package main, and then I'm importing my, here I need two packages, hence I'm coming up with open parenthesis and close. One is format and one is OS. Okay, once it is done, I'm writing my main program. So, which basically uh, our Go language begins the execution part from here. And here I'm declaring two variables, s and arg as a string. Okay, so and from the arg, so I need to read all the parameters, command line arguments, which I'm going to provide from the console and display in the console. Okay, for this, I'm using a for loop. Okay, for I equal to 1, right? And I less than length of os dot args, right? And I plus plus. So here I'm appending all the parameters to s variable s plus equal to arg, okay, plus os dot args of I. There's some space between parameters if you're providing multiple. Okay, and after this for loop, I'm going to print this println of yes. Okay, so now look at this. So I'm just having two variables s and r of a string type, and I'm read through args command line arguments args, that is os.args, and to read each and every argument and then add it to my s variable. Okay, so now let's look at this how it is working. I'm just saving, right? And I'm running go run command line args. So I'm not giving any command line arguments here, hence it is displaying empty. If I say something like 33387 and BRR and India. So here I passed three parameters. You can give it in double quotes or you can give without double quotes. That's up to you. It will treat them as a single parameter each and every one, because you have specified a space between these parameters. And when I hit enter, you look at here, it reads through a os dot args of I, right? And it will take 3387 and it will put into this, args, basically empty, and s also empty. S is having this 3387 with empty, and then adding a next parameter, and then adding next parameter. So this is something you need to use it when you really require to be passed a parameter from command line arguments like A, B, C, D. Look at here, it printed with A space, B space, C space, D. So this is one of the good feature in the command in the Go language. So when we need to execute a program with some arguments, we generally use command line arguments. That's what every program is providing for the developer. So the arguments passed from the console can be received by the Go program here, and it can be used as an input, right? So the os.aux is used to get the arguments, and the index of 0 of os.aux contains the path of the program. So we'll see another program as part of command line arguments. That means like how the index is no takes place here in os.aux. Let me go to here, and I'll create one more program, command line arg1.go, and here I'll write another program to demonstrate our command line arguments, import, and here fmt, and then os, okay, and then my main function, which is going to be start my execution here. And here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign our argument with the path equal to, okay, os dot args. This tells, or this gives the arguments, all arguments including path, returns all arguments including path. Okay, and then I'll declare another variable, argument slice, equal to os dot args of 1 colon. This basically returns all elements after path. Okay, and next variable I'm going to define it here is argument a2. That means if you wanted to return a second argument, right, how you will be retrieving argument, okay, at 2 position. That's the meaning of this variable. So os dot args of 2. So it returns specified argument only. Okay, now when I print this of argument with the path, and same way, sorry, fmt dot println of argument slice, println of argument at 2 position. Okay, so clear this and go run command line argument 1 dot go. So what it will do is it will throw an exception because you're reading args of 2, as you are not passing any arguments from the command line or console. It definitely give you a problem, right? So now when I pass something like A, B, or C, now see like what is written here. If you look at here, The first one is talking about the path, returns all arguments including path. So if you look at here, this is what the path for Go exe, and then my program exe being created here, and I'm passing the parameters. So including parameters, it has written my path. And second is all elements A, B, C. And third parameter talking about second position parameter value, that is B1 to B. Okay. So this is all about, a reading of a specific argument from the command line arguments on the length of arguments, or only you want written command line argument names or values. And then if you want to return including a path, you use a os.aux, or os.aux of one colon will return all parameters. So I hope you understand the demonstration of command line arguments that we have explained about here, like simply how you are passing a parameters from command line and reading through Go language and displaying it here. And similar way, I think you can pass, if you want to pass any path to your function, Go language program, and you pass it through here and just take that path and you do whatever operations you want to do it. Okay. So, and coming to the second example, we have explained it here, how to read a path of all parameters or exe path or particular, parameter, etc., etc. Okay. So if you wanted to interact with any kind of arguments index or arguments path or parameters, so only thing was we need to refer OS package. That's what we need to remember and note down here. Okay. So I hope you understand the concept of command and arguments here. And so please subscribe this channel for more videos. And thanks for listening this video. Thank you.